past few days, there have been a number of social media posts like these targeting the Indian community and accusing them of attacking and killing Black Africans. In fact, some go as far as to call it the Phoenix Massacre, as though the whole of Phoenix have been involved. But before we start to react, let's look at the facts. I urge you to remain focused because the real enemy is not ourselves. It is this enemy that is fueling racial tensions so as to shift emphasis away from itself. In 1949, when Africans set about looting and killing Indians, the mastermind behind the riots was the white government. They never wanted to see Indians and Africans working together. Listen to this.
Those are Indian criminals and they must be called exactly that.
Malema says that the killings in Phoenix was the work of Indian thugs and they must be dealt with by the police. He is right, but it is wrong to say that all Indians are anti-African. Like the few thugs that exist in the Indian community, there are also thugs in the Black African, colored, and white communities. The majority of those that looted and destroyed property were from the Black African community. Does that mean that every Black person is a looter and a thug? No. In the same way, we cannot paint the entire Indian community with the same brush because of a few thugs. Let's look at the facts. Fact number 1. The first casualties of this rioting were Indians. A young Maulana and a pastor from Chatsworth was shot in a drive-by shootings. And to this day, we don't know who did this. Fact number 2. All race groups, including Africans, coloreds, and whites, they set about to safeguard their neighborhoods for fear that they will be attacked and looted. Adak encouraged communities to protect themselves simply because the police were unable to do it. Fact number 3. Ramaphosa acknowledged that the police and army were caught off guard and were not prepared for these riots. So communities were forced to take the law into their own hands and to do what the police and the army failed to do. Fact number 4. Politicians and government officials, and hear this, stole over 500 billion rands from the state. The estimated loss of the recent lootings is 30 billion, which is a drop in the ocean compared to what the government stole. No, I am not making excuses for the looters. But you must know that when it becomes a norm, when it becomes acceptable for elected public officials to steal billions and get away with it, it is only a matter of time before the poor and the impoverished begin to rise. The Zuma factor was just the spark that was needed to start this uprising. It could have been anything, even a soccer match. It was a ticking time bomb. Fact number 5. There is much anger and frustration among people living in poverty. Look at the pathetic conditions that they are living in squatter settlements. Who do you blame for this? Do you blame the shops? Do you blame the malls? Do you blame the factories? Do you blame Indians and whites and coloreds? No, it's the government, the same government that the looters voted for. Surely a better and more effective protest will be removing this existing government and replacing it with someone else, someone who can meet up with these challenges. The government policies protect big white-owned businesses at the expense of the poor. It encourages a welfare state where people are forced to survive on government handouts. Notice how the government creates more grants in times of crises and not jobs. Please share this video so that we set the record straight. Let's not fight each other. Please, I appeal to you. Be aware of some politicians and political parties that want to shift the blame away from themselves. That's exactly what's happening right now.